Good morning, everybody. How are you guys doing today? I'm glad to see that some of you are already in the chat. Are you guys excited to make Muppets today? I'm going to be honest. I had a little accident this week, and I hurt my hand a couple places, on my thumb too, this morning. So I just put some of that fake skin on it. Have you guys used that before? I used some of the fake skin, and hopefully it doesn't get in the way too much. And hopefully you guys are not injured at all. But yeah, I was trying out some roller skates outside to get some exercise and some sunshine, and I did not learn how to brake quite as well as I thought I did. So yes, so that's what we're working with today. But it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to do Muppets, and yeah, let's just jump right into it. Okay, so let's see. Here we go. Our morning game plan. Okay, so this is the part of the class where I explain what we're going to do. You can see at the top of the screen, it's like a timeline for the entire class. So for the entire hour, we're going to get through all those different topics from left to right. We're starting off with a good morning greeting, then we're going to do an art review, then we're going to do our quote of the day, then we're going to do some sketching. Now the sketching part, that part of the class changes from class to class. For today it is sketching though. Then we're going to take a karate break, then we're going to do some building, and I'll explain what those mean later. Hey Sienna! And then we're going to do our challenge of the day, then our morning mail, and I'll see you guys, and then I'll say our goodbyes. So for right now, let's start off with our art review. Okay. We had Colin, who did some awesome Pokemon. So this is for our Pokemon class, Pokemon Part 2, where we created our own Pokemon, and it was really cool. No worries, Zach. Yeah, and so Colin made a really cool one. I think you pronounce it Blueen, and then Waterbug is the evolved form of that. So we made our own Pokemon that we made our like evolved version of it. And I really like how like the expressions stay the same even though the characters change so much. And I like how the colors. I love how you did the watercolors, especially for the Waterbug. Those are really cool. I like how it's like looks like it's drippy too. Nice job, Colin. And Zach did some. Zach, I love this. Is this the original the evolved form, or is that just like is that just also a fish that you drew to show that it was underwater? You guys are so funny in the comments. Yeah, I like it too. I'm interested to see like, is this like, it kind of almost looks like a dinosaur, but like an underwater dinosaur. Really cool. I like it a lot. Nicely done, you guys. And if anybody still wants to submit some of their Pokemon, if they haven't gotten a chance to yet, I know it's been kind of crazy. You can definitely still submit it by just emailing me at noahfontana@gmail.com right there. Okay. I'm focusing so hard to try to make sure I'm pointing in the right direction. It shouldn't be that hard. It's just the opposite of whatever direction you think it's going to be in. Anyway, our quote of the day comes from Gwendolyn Brooks. And Gwendolyn, excuse me, Gwendolyn was a American poet, author, and teacher. She particularly dealt with people, like when they say, and the struggles of ordinary people in her community. So she kind of, instead of trying to focus on the bigger events going on, she was focusing on the individual person and the struggles of that individual person. Because a lot of the times, especially with history books, I've found for myself, I would have trouble focusing on the bigger pictures, and I was much more interested in how the bigger picture affected the individual person and their take on it. And so when I would read history books, it was very helpful, kind of like the American Boy or the American Girl books, where they zeroed in on one person telling the story of history, so you get a much more personal. It's kind of like as if you were talking to a friend and how what is happening is going on, how that's affecting them, as opposed to just hearing it like over the news. So that's what she kind of did. She told it from the ordinary people in her community. She even won the Pulitzer Prize for poetry for her book Annie Allen, and yeah, she's kind of awesome. Somebody quoted on one of her works, I think it was the Annie book, somebody like a reviewer and editor said that there's no self-pity here, not a striving for effects. She takes hold of reality as it is and renders it faithfully. So basically he's saying that like she's just saying it like it is and isn't trying to make it like more crazy or less crazy. She's just being very honest about the whole thing, about whatever was going on at that time. She easily catches the pathos of petty destinies, the whimper of the wounded, the tiny accidents that plague the lives of the desperately poor, and the problem of color prejudice. Um, yeah, and I think that that's like a really interesting approach to writing. Instead of focusing on the bigger events, you're focusing on how each individual person is handling it. And I think that's very much needed now, too, to kind of still be aware of the big things going on, but to also check in with people one-on-one and make sure each individual person and seeing how it's affecting them, because there's so many different nuances and we don't want to lose that sense of community or we actually care about each other by only focusing on the big picture things. We need to also keep our humanity. Her quote from, I believe, this book, it's definitely her quote, I'm just not sure if it's from this book itself, but this is her book, Annie Allen, the one that she won the award for. She wrote, "Exhaust the little moment, soon it dies, and be it gash or gold, it will not come again in this identical guise." So basically what she's saying here is that, if I interpret it correctly, to savor like the little things and to remain present in the current moment, because whether it's good or bad, it's going to be gone soon, and so to fully experience that moment, the moment that we're in right now. So as we move on to our like morning meditation and breathing exercise, I just want to have that in our heads. So as we take a moment to breathe, close your eyes and feel where you are at the moment, at this moment right now. Sometimes it helps to take a sip of water. And you could just feel the water going down your throat into your stomach and cooling you off, especially in this hot weather. Close your eyes and feel where you are right at this moment. Like Gwen says, exhaust the little moment, soon it dies. She's telling us that every moment eventually ends, and we shouldn't be in a different moment in our minds, or else we will miss the one that we're currently in. So thinking about the past and thinking about the future, it's good to plan, but remain present in the moment. With so many things happening so quickly around us right now, let's try to take this time to be fully present in this moment. Let's be aware of how we're feeling, how we're seeing, what we're seeing and smelling, what thoughts are going through our minds, even like taking a moment to think about what are you thinking about. As we move on to the next portion of class, let's be grateful for being able to live in this moment together, and let's pay attention to these little details. All right. And moving right along, okay, we're going to go on to sketching. So I have a real treat for you guys. Do you guys know who this person is on the screen? This person right here is Jim Henson. Now, Jim Henson was the creator of the Muppets. So if you know the Muppets, you should know his name. Oh, cool. What's Paku? Is that a martial arts? Sienna. And Jim Henson created all these characters for the Muppets. They're basically like puppets, but he made his own brand of them. And this is what they looked like at the very beginning. And this is Jim Henson, still the same guy. This was the very early Kermit the Frog, which I think is hilarious because it looks very different and very kind of lumpy compared to what we're used to seeing. So if we go from this Kermit and this Jim Henson to this Kermit and this Jim Henson, it looks very different. And it looks like he probably used some other pre-made puppets too. But it looks like almost they're basically made out of socks. So yeah, what we're going to try to do today is to create our own puppets. We're going to look at how his process was for creating these like hilarious characters that we know so well. He also helped make the characters for Sesame Street 2. Those were his puppets as well. So you see, I think that's Bert, right? Ernie's the short, round, orange one. You see Big Bird in the background. Um, yeah, so I'm going to show you guys a couple of his sketches. These are some of his early sketches for the Muppets, and they're pretty crazy. You can see, obviously, this is like Bert and Ernie, and he was just really playing around with like funny shapes because he knew, I think, that he was going to be working with kids, and so yeah, I think he knew that kids, like most people, actually, even adults, like to see characters made out of basic shapes, and so he knew that if he wanted to create appealing characters, he would need to give them like very like pronounced shapes. There's Big Bird. He's working out how the person inside Big Bird is going to work the puppet. Maybe he's holding his hand up really tall. This is, I think, it looks like Animal, the drummer, guitarist, and I forget what the dog's name is. I forget what it is. I feel like it's like Sketch or Scratch or something like that. Oh, nice. Yeah, what are your favorite Muppets? Animal and Miss Piggy. I'm trying to think which one might. I think I might like, and you'll see him in a second, Oscar the Grouch. I think he's such a funny character. He's just so grumpy all the time, and I think that's like really funny. That it's like on a show for kids, and like there's all these happy characters, and then you just have one that's just like totally grumpy. So here you see like a little bit more finished sketch of Big Bird and an example of how he would work the puppet. Here's Oscar the Grouch, and I like how they show like how he like moves and like the kind of slimy, sleeky, stinky way that he moves around. Animal and Nice. The person who acted as Miss Piggy. Oh, no way, that's crazy. Miss Piggy had the same actor as Yoda. Did they do the same voice too? That would be crazy. And this is Bert. Yes, so it was Bert. And this is like a more finalized sketch rendition of Bert after they already made the puppet and everything, just to show the different expressions that you can get based on the character. And I guess somehow they figured out a way to move the eyebrows too. Eyebrows range from surprised to angry. Normal point of view, eyebrows is straight. Bert is somewhat taller than Ernie. So just kind of like little notes that they're saying about what. Oh wow, same voice. That is crazy. I mean, I could hear it totally. Yoda being the same as Miss Piggy. That's so funny though. Okay, so what we're going to do today, obviously, we're going to draw up some sketches. And then we're going to create a character, a puppet. Now, I'm going to, full disclosure, I have not made a puppet yet. This is going to be my first attempt to make a puppet, but I feel pretty confident. I've done a lot of crafty things, so I feel like arts and crafts, not crafty, it's like shady. So I feel like pretty confident that I can make a puppet. I bought I got some supplies I already had from home, and most of them I was able to just get at Target when I was also getting like some things for groceries. And so let's sketch out, and this is what I want you guys to do with me, is sketch out a puppet that you would like to make. For me, I figured it would be easiest, instead of coming up with a totally new character, I'm just going to try to make me as a puppet. Not wearing a onesie, I'll be wearing a flannel, because I have an old flannel that I can cut off the sleeve. So I'm just going to show you. Okay, so let's see. So I have this flannel sleeve. There we go. And remember, look at Jim Henson's sketches, like these guys, super rough, super loose, all about the shapes, not even worrying about the materials just yet. So I'm even going to like re-envision mine a little bit more and give it a little bit more of a rougher look, just because these are super sketchy and super loose. So let's try to tap into that a little bit more. All right. Let's see. And try to give my character a hat. I got ping pong balls that we can cut in half. There we go. We're gonna keep it nice and loose. And I bought. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys just in a second what the things that I bought. We're gonna sketch it out first to try to make sure it looks like me first. Okay, me and Nick are both watching. Oh, cool, Sienna. Nice. Hi, Nick. Hi, Sienna. Mine's made out of black Van sock. Oh, perfect. Yeah. So yeah. So if you guys right now think of the materials that you might have in your house already, and we can, because that way we can actually make them. I'm going to use a hot glue gun for attaching some of the things together. Just make sure that you're careful with it if you're going to use the same one, the same thing. Just kind of cleaning it up right now. I don't know. How does Jim Henson make the eyes not look like so shocked all the time? Okay. Okay. The mouth is the part that I haven't figured out yet. Let's see. I found these orange sponges. Mine's made out of cotton balls. Oh, cotton balls, nice. I found these orange sponges, and I felt like that would be kind of cool to make a beard out of. I'm gonna try. So I was thinking if I take the sleeve of the flannel um, and I fold it in half, that'll make it look, or I mean, if I fold cuff the edges, that'll make it look like a collar almost. And I could put a sock through the sleeve and make it look like me. Okay. What do you guys think? How does that look? And I have some cotton balls I could fill it up with. What else? Okay. Mine's an old Granny Muppet. That looks like a real Muppet. Oh, awesome! Great. Okay, cool. I feel like it kind of also looks like a Bob's Burgers. Let me add some color in too. If you guys want, you can add some color to yours. Okay. Let's see what else. I'm just looking at the colors of everything that I got right now. And don't forget, you can use like kind of crazy colors. Jim Henson totally used non normal colors for his. I don't grab it. So like for my beard, it doesn't need to look like the brownish orange it is. Like I can make it look like very like exaggerated orange like this. And that'll kind of make it pop more too. Okay. Boom. Okay. Now it looks like your Muppet has a beanie. Oh, when I colored it in. Okay. So right now we're gonna pause right here. We're gonna jump, do some karate, and take a karate like little action break, and then we're going to get back into making our puppets. So finish your sketch, and let's move on to the next portion of class. All right. So today I told you guys I was wanting to teach you guys how to do some back kicks and some side kicks, and then we'll play some Sensei Says. All right. So let's do it. Okay. So hands up. Oh, let me put my belt on. There we go. I sometimes forget to do this. This is my karate belt. Oh, there we go. That's hand. You put it on by folding it completely in half, opening it up, spinning it around your waist like this. Sliding it up, back, and then tying it in one more little knot. There you go. Nice karate belt. Okay. So, front kick. So for a front kick, you bring your knee up. Let me see if I can get this on camera. Okay. So for a front kick, you bring your knee up, snap it out, and then bring it back, and then put it down. So almost pretend like you have like a hula hoop around you, and it's like right around your legs right here, and you have to bring your leg up and over, and then out, and then stick it back in. So that's for a front kick. For a side kick, you do the same thing. You bring your leg up. There we go. Let me try this way. Side kick. Up to the side, back, and down. So the same thing. So up, side, back, and down. For a side kick, you're going to be hitting with the heel of your foot. So that's your heel of your foot. For the front kick, you kick with the ball of your foot. So let's say these are your toes. The ball of your foot is like this part right here, and the heel is right here. So that's why when we say heel palm, this is the heel of your palm. And when we kick, this is when we do a front kick, this is the part we kick with. Back kick is with the heel of your palm, with the heel of your foot. Okay? All right. And then back kick, ready? So if you do a back kick, you raise your leg up again, kick back, and bring it back down. Okay, so it's the same thing. So if you ever see somebody swinging their leg up and just like swinging it up like this, and then swinging it up, that's not really a kick, and then they're going to probably hurt their toes if they do it. That would be like trying to punch and just like going like this with your fingers. It's not really going to work. So if you want to do a kick correctly, you have to bring your knee up, snap it out, and bring it back. And the important part too is to snap it out and then bring it right back, just like when you do a punch. And that's what I want to start doing for our Sensei Says, is to not just leave your hand out, but to bring it out and then snap it back. Because if you leave it out and you just leave it out there, somebody can grab it, and so you don't want them to grab your hand after you punch them. So that's what we're going to do. Here we go. All right. Okay. Ready for some Sensei Says? Okay. I'm determined to get you guys out this time. Okay. Sensei Says, horse riding stance. Sensei Says, straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says, I'm going to back up a little bit. There we go. Sensei says, hammer fist. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says rising block. Sensei says middle block. Sensei says down block. Sensei says cross block. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says right kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says rising block. Sensei says straight punch. Straight punch. Did I get anybody? Let me know. Okay. Sensei says round 2. Sensei says horse riding stance. So sit down on your horse. Okay. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says straight punch. There we go. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says spear hand. Spear hand. Did I get you? Alright. Sensei says round 3. I already need water. Okay. Sensei says, this fake skin is working pretty well. Okay. Sensei says, Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says heel palm. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Straight punch. Spear hand. Spear hand. Ah? Did I get you with that straight punch, spear hand, spear hand? I'm starting to think, are you guys really in? Are you guys really keeping up with all this? I'm dubious now. You guys are too good now. Alright. Let's see what we got. Last round, and then we're going to make our Muppet. Okay. Ready. Here we go. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says spear hand. Sensei says hammer fist. Sensei says back fist. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says straight punch. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. I can't even talk anymore. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says back side kick. Sensei says back kick. Sensei says front kick. Sensei says side kicks. Back kick. All right. Oh, my hand. All right. I don't think you guys would lie to me. I'm so out. Got you, Hadassah. Oh, okay, good. I put all I could in that one. All right. I'm going to take off my karate belt. We're going to move on to the next part of class. Here we go. Now the next part of class is going to be making our Muppet. So make sure you go and grab all your supplies to make your puppet. All right. And I'm back. Okay. So we're going to start building your wonderful Muppets. Here we go. So here's my Muppet. Let me see. And I'm going to shorten this little guy and make my guy bigger. There we go. Much better. Okay. So now this is what we're going to be working on. We're going to try to be making this Muppet. And let's get started. Okay, here we go. So first off, I got some socks. Ta-da! Okay. Now, before we get like crazy far, I just wanted to show you guys if you're looking to make a quick puppet and you don't have all the supplies, you can do it really easily by using, oh, this does not show up green at all. Oh, because it's like the green screen. Okay, gotcha. That's pretty cool. Okay, so this is a tennis ball. It looks not like a tennis ball. That's interesting. Okay, if you cut the tennis ball though, down the side, and make sure if you're gonna start cutting things, you're very careful, or you're having your parent involved. Okay, so I have this X-Acto knife. There we go. Oh, also, look who's coming around to say hi. Say hi, Slider. Alright, he's getting big. Okay. Just so that it doesn't sound like, okay, you're so out. I was using yarn for hair. It looks pure gold. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to see it. Okay. I think I got tennis ball in my eye. Okay. There we go. Okay. I used to make this puppet all the time as a kid. Super easy. Not to encourage us to do like a full castaway kind of thing where we're talking to tennis balls all of a sudden, but it is kind of fun. All right, let me grab the Sharpie. Okay, so here is, if you guys can see, it's so annoying that you can't see it. Okay, well here is the tennis ball, and I cut a slit in it. There we go. And now you can make him talk. Here we go. There we go. And just by squeezing the tennis ball, you can make it talk. And all I did was cut one little slit in it and drew some eyes on it. So that's an easy way to make a puppet. We're going to go for gold and make something way more intricate. Okay. So I have a sock. This is going to be the main body for it. I have a flannel sleeve that I want to throw away. And we're just going to experiment and try to see if we can make some happy mistakes here. Okay. And if you guys have any suggestions, just call it out. Alright, no, the tennis ball looks pure gold, not the hair. Oh, okay, yeah. I thought you were saying your puppet looks pure gold. Okay. 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 So check this out. It's already looking pretty good if I do say so myself. You see how in the collar it looks like a collar? There we go. All right. Now, when Jim Henson made his puppets, he used tennis balls. So I grabbed a couple of tennis balls. Let's see where I put them. So if you take a tennis ball and you cut it in half, you get something that looks like this. As you draw a little eye on it, then you get an eye. Okay? So we're going to make that. But first, so if you have a tennis ball, you can cut it in half. Be very careful. They're very difficult to cut in half. You might need to clean up the edges like I did. And you probably want your parents' help with that because it is very difficult. Let's see. Oh, and for the noses, I found this at Target. Use foam or cardboard in the mouth to make it sturdier. Okay, gotcha. Use foam. Okay, so I found these blending sponges for makeup, as you can see. But I was like, this looks like a perfect, if I cut it, that would be a perfect nose. So I'm going to cut this guy in half, or an angle. Yep, that'll work perfectly. There we go, see? The colors are not being picked up very well. Okay, there we go. You can see the color a little bit more. Okay. Maybe I'll even draw 2 dots for like the nostrils. There we go. Now it'll look like a nose when it's on the face. All right. See, use foam or cardboard in the mouth to make it sturdier. Okay, that was the one thing that I wasn't 100% sure with for the mouth. Let's see. I got some paper plates. So that's another way that you could do a puppet. You know, you fold it like this, and then you make it a mouth. So let's try that, because it's kind of like cardboard. Now what's cool about it, because I've had a couple friends that were film majors and they would mess around with puppets, and it's really cool because, I mean, puppets can be used for just for fun, they can be used for telling stories in a really like fun, entertaining way. They're also very like therapeutic to feel like you can talk through a different character, like kind of like Mr. Rogers did. I'm worried about Slider, he's making a lot of ruckus over there. Slider, are you okay? Okay. Okay, there we go. Little mouth. Okay. And look at that, I can use the leftover piece to make a tongue. I'm gonna chop it in half. Alright. So however you guys are making the puppet, I hope that you're having fun with it. And I hope. Okay. That works pretty good. What do you draw for? Funny question. I have done a lot of different things. When I first moved out to California, I was interning for DreamWorks. Okay. Here's my glue stick. So I have my hot glue gun right here. Careful with the hot glue gun, it's very hot. Okay, ow, yes, even through paper it's hot. Okay, so there's our mouth, so that we can talk through. Back to your question. Yeah, if you actually look up on YouTube, they have a series called Fifi the Cat Therapist. And you'll see my name as like the story artist for some of the episodes. Oh, and so foam or cardboard in the mouth, also Hadassah. I got some cotton balls. So I'm going to fill up the sock with that. I also got a balloon. What do you guys think I should try? Balloon or cotton balls first for filling up the head. Also, oh, hey Slider. I found this black bowl, which might be kind of too big, but I figured it can work as like my hat. and I can make that into a hat too for my character. And I got some sponges for the beard. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to like think and do this at the same time. Okay. Fifi the Cat Therapist. That was a really fun show. I've done like freelance stuff where I've just like done commissions where I started this thing called a couples project, and couples would send me from all over the world. They would send me pictures of them and their couples, and I would do watercolors of them. And I just got that work off of Instagram, and that was really cool. Other jobs included. Right now I work as like a more in the art therapy field, so I teach a lot, primarily teach, but I also do some like other work with like mental health that I can use my art to help people kind of deal with their tough emotions, and these are like adults that have dealt with like addiction and trauma, so it's pretty intense stuff sometimes, but I like it a lot, and I always never was like felt awkward in those situations. I always like try to embrace them. All right, I'll make the other eye. How are your puppets looking? How? What? Let's see. Isabella, how what? How does what work? Okay. So I'm just trying to be careful. Okay. Here's the other. Oops. There we go. Here's the other ping pong ball. There we go. It basically looks all white to you guys, but I'm going to draw with a Sharpie. Oh, art therapy. Oh, good question. Really good question. Well, sometimes we have emotions and things that happen to us that are kind of hard to talk about, because maybe they make us cry, maybe they just make us really uncomfortable. And art therapy is a way that we can talk about those things, but not using our words. Me personally, I'm not a big. I mean, I can talk, but I've learned to talk about my feelings and my emotions more. But sometimes it is just easier, and I definitely have experienced that, where it's just easier to draw a picture of how you're feeling. And there are different ways of using art to help people that don't typically draw. So even if you're not an artist, there are ways that you can help people, give them guidance for drawing that'll help them talk about or describe what they're feeling. Like, even for example, I personally feel like that anytime any of us, oh, you finished your drawing, great job, Zach. Anytime you draw, I feel like you're expressing your feelings in some way. And I've been working with people and kids a lot, and I went to art school, so I know how to, and in art school we learned how to dissect a drawing so that you can tell, like, even in, say, like, for example, Charles Schultz, who did the Peanuts cartoons, like Charlie Brown. He drew his lines like very kind of squiggly, and that showed like the frailty of the characters, and like how Charlie Brown was just very nervous, and like all of them have like glaring emotional issues, and they're all like very like young kids, and so they're not as like strong necessarily as most adults, and so he used that squiggly line to embody that kind of like frailty and the fact that they're movable, and yeah, and so as an art teacher and an artist, I've learned how to kind of dissect these drawings people's drawings so that I know I can start to kind of dissect um, what people are feeling just based off of their drawing. All right. I'm thinking I want to try the balloon. Okay, let's try this. Okay. I have no idea. Oh, that kind of worked. Look at that. And it kind of started to look like the drawing too. Very cool. Okay, perfect. Okay. I love it when things work. Okay. My name is Jolene, and Damien's name Dragon. Whoa! Is Damien's a dragon, or is it just... Okay. So now watch. And if I button up the sleeve, I don't know why it all of a sudden got like little... Sweet over there. There you go. So if I button up the sleeve like this, it almost looks like a collar. Guys, it's working. Damien's is a hairy dragon-like creature. Are you going to send in a picture of Jeb? Who's Jeb? Oh, wait. Mine is a rabbit farmer named Jeb. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, Zach, you got to send it in. I think everybody wants to see your puppets. Okay, so here's where we're at right now. I'm going to try to glue the eyes on, and we're going to see if it doesn't pop the balloon. It might. Okay, so here are the eyes. Oh, and I have another sock so that we can make arms too if we have time to do that. We might not though. Okay. Really bad feeling. I feel like it's gonna pop the balloon, but it hasn't yet. So check it out. We got a nose. Here we go. It's starting to come together. The balloon still seems to be intact, unfortunately. All right, now we just gotta add the eyes on. Oh, this is not gonna look like me at all, I hope. This is gonna look really weird, just so you guys know. Okay. Damien's is a hairy dragon-like creature. Oh, that's cool. Mine's a monkey. Oh, Sienna, I want to see your monkey. Mine's a tiny compared to Noah's. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. This is making me laugh. This is great. Okay. Okay, one eye is on. We're gonna make another eye. Oh my goodness. Okay. I mean, I will say it does kind of look like a Henson puppet, but I don't know if it looks like me. I hope it doesn't look like me. I hope people don't think it looks like me. I think the balloon needs to be bigger. Oh my goodness. What do you guys think? A cross between a mouse and a porcupine. Try kind of a little bit more so the eyes are flatter. Oh, that's a good idea. Yes. I want to try to... So, what do you guys think about the mouth? This looks so weird. Okay. If I could do it like this. It looks like a Muppet. There we go. With just one thumb in my hand behind the ball. Let's see if I would have this over it, right? It would look a little bit better. Okay. Thank you guys for laughing. I really appreciate that. Okay. Maybe I can make this mouth smaller. We can add a beard on it. Okay. What exactly? No, it doesn't look. Oh my goodness. I mean, what's weird though is that it kind of still looks like the drawing. It just doesn't look like me. Okay. So I made the mouth a little bit smaller. Let's see. Okay, this actually might be able to work. It might come together. Did you guys know? So while I'm putting this mouth on, I'm gluing the top part to the guy. Did you guys know that the top part of your mouth actually doesn't move? Like when you talk, it's always the bottom jaw. The top part of your teeth, like your top teeth, they don't ever actually move. It's just they're attached to your jaw. Try it out. Try to talk like that. Guys, look at this. Okay. You know what he needs? He needs eyebrows. Everybody looks weird without eyebrows. That's why. I'm just going to draw them on. Oh, you guys knew that? Yours is done? All right. Okay. All that's left is for me to add the beard on. Guys, this is actually hilarious. This is like a new level of quarantine right now. Okay. I look very grumpy. Not happy at all. My upstairs doesn't move when I talk, only lower jaw. Yeah, exactly. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna call it for today. I'm gonna add the hat on. I'll show it to you guys next episode on Thursday if you guys want to see it. But yeah, I think we came a long way. I think we learned some things. We sort of made a puppet technically, and yeah, I'm excited to see what you guys came up with. Yours sound a lot cooler than mine, so let's check it out. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely spend the rest of the next hour trying to finish this guy up. I've come so far already. I mean, look at him. He looks like the Scream, like a Meeper from the yeah, totally. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, We built it. We built something, all right. Our challenge of the day is to create a prop for your puppet. So if you have, like if this is supposed to be me, what kind of prop would I need? Maybe I make like a little slider puppet. I actually already have a little turtle puppet, so maybe I just use that. Yeah, the guy that helps Meeper, right? Is he the guy that helps with the scientist dude? Or the chef? I forget which one he helps with. I think it's the scientist. Anyway, create a prop for your puppet. It has to be like a miniature one, though. So it's just something that you own, but just try to make it small, which would be kind of cool. And our morning mail, that's from my friend Kate. Kate, she said, I couldn't find the pen I normally use for the one on the left-hand side, so I used a pen that I discovered soon after bled like crazy. It made the entire thing marbly, just went with it and chalked it up as a Bob Ross happy accident. Love it. And here's a close-up. You can see right up there. I think it looks better, honestly, like that. I like the kind of marbly effect. It kind of works. It gives like a spooky kind of vibe to it, which is kind of cool. It makes it look like a ghost water type Pokemon, which I'm all for. All right, nice job, Kate. Though, thank you for submitting and sharing it. Really cool. I love. And did you come up with a name for your characters? Let us know. Let me know. Okay. To close it up, submit your drawings to noafontana@gmail.com to see them in the next episode, or submit pictures of your puppets, please. Oh, if you guys could send videos, I'll play videos of your puppets if you guys put on like a little puppet show. That would be amazing. Don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. I'm doing that right now. I'm number 5. Let me know what number you are when you click like. What should we draw next? Let me know. Okay, bye, Zoe. And if you want to support, we have a donation link in the bottom. I really appreciate that. And next Thursday, this Thursday coming up, we're going to be drawing transportation. It was recommended that we do like motorcycles, I think by Kevin. So Kevin, if you're here, this is for you. And if you guys have any other kinds of transportation that you'd like to draw, let us know. We could do like trains, we could do cars, we could do bikes, we could do jet skis, we could do rollerblades, not roller skates because roller skates cut me up pretty bad. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to draw next week, and I'll see you on Thursday. Not next week, Thursday. Yeah. Okay. Can we do an episode for dogs? Yes, I do have that written down. I will add it in. Any dogs in particular? I'm making a double note right now. All right, I'll see you later. So thank you guys for participating. This is a lot of fun. Let me know what kind of dogs you want to draw, and I'll see you guys next week.